Hey, welcome back. I'm Tyler, and this is Wood Nerds. Are you having trouble figuring out cabinet door sizes? Are you replacing some of your old doors and upgrading to a new style? Maybe even an old style? Shaker cabinet doors are basically as old as it gets, but they're in style right now, right? So you'll see them in a lot of modern homes. My wife and I actually just changed styles from an older door like this to the shaker style cabinet door that you see here. If you are doing this and you've come across this video, you're probably having trouble figuring out how to measure the appropriate height and width for things like your cabinet doors and your drawers. Well, I had the same issue, and I wish I would have thought of this trick prior to us doing all of our cabinet doors and drawers. This math trick is going to make it super easy for you. It accounts for a lot of things that I didn't think of, so don't start measuring out your doors yet. Let's get into this video and I'll explain everything for you.
Your search has led you to the right place. Let me assure you, this is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
So what I'm about to show you is an incredibly easy way to figure out the ideal measurements you want for your doors and your drawers, with an easy way to incorporate the gap sizes that you're looking for. A couple points about this. This is probably the most practical use of this math that I've seen because it applies to the drawers and doors equally, so it's a lot easier to use. And it also accounts for both drawer and door heights, so they meet flush here. I'll be labeling measurements throughout the video, so if you have a pen and paper handy, it might be easy for you to kind of just write down your measurements as we go along. Really up to you. You can also save this video for later reference. That also might be helpful. There are two requirements though for this method to work. The first is the top and bottom rails need to line up, and the second is all of the mid rails, or the drawer dividers as they're also called, they have to be the same height. And to be clear, by height I'm talking about this distance here. You might call this width or even thickness, but as I describe it for this video, we're going to call it height. To start, we're identifying the measurement the cabinet doors should overhang the face frame of the cabinet on the top and bottom here and here. This measurement will also be used for the drawer faces and how much they should overhang on the tops and bottoms here. First, measure the height of the mid-rail dividers that lay between each drawer here. Let's label this measurement A. This seems to be the measurement everyone neglects when it comes to drawer or door planning. It's important because it tells us how much space we need to account for between each of the drawer openings. The second measurement we don't actually have yet, but that's the gap you want between each of your drawer faces here. If you're a total wood nerd badass, you can make an 1/8 inch space happen or even less, but to play it safe, I usually go with around 1/4 inch spacing, and it comes out really nice and clean. I have no complaints with that. But let's call this measurement B. Now to calculate your overhang, the equation's super simple. It's just A minus B. So the height of one drawer divider minus the spacing you want between each drawer. We're going to call this C. To make drawing up your plans easy and writing down your measurements simple, take C, the measurement that we just came up with, and add it to the overall cabinet door opening measurement here. But when you go to hang the doors, cut measurement C in half, and that's the equal amount your doors will hang over on the top and bottoms of the face frame. Same with the drawers. You can simply add C to the measurement of the inside of each drawer space, and that will be your drawer height. And that's it. This will give you even spacing between your drawers, and when they're installed, they'll meet up flush with your doors. But what if we have a different setup, like one that you might have in your kitchen, with the drawers above the doors, and it actually just works the same way. Measure your drawer mid-rail here, then subtract your desired spacing between the doors and drawers here. And the equation's the exact same as before, where the height of one drawer divider minus the spacing you want between the drawer and cabinet door is your overall overhang for both the drawers and the doors. Your countertop shouldn't cause you any issues, but if it hangs down and limits your overhang, you should be able to simply make the drawers shorter. And if that is the case when it comes to mounting, focus on your desired spacing between the drawers and the doors here, rather than centering the drawer face with the drawer cavity. That might be obvious, but I think it's worth mentioning. Now for the door and drawer width measurements. Start with the most obvious measurement, the cabinet opening. We're going to call this one A. Next measurement is the width of the center stile between the two doors here. We'll call this measurement B. Next measurement we'll need is the intended gap between the doors here. We'll label this measurement C. A 1/4 inch gap is tight and easily achievable if you're looking for recommendations. Just like before, that's what I stick with. But again, it's up to you and your skill level. The last consideration is one we don't have much control over, and that's how much overlay the hinges require on the hinge side of the doors here. By overlay, what I'm talking about is how far the doors hang over the face frame on the hinge side due to how the hinges are designed. The hinges I use, which I'll list in the description below, have an overlay of 1/2 inch, and this is pretty standard. Now let's put all these measurements together. First, take measurement B and subtract measurement C. As an example, let's say the door divider is 2 inches and our intended gap is a 1/4 inch. Subtract those two measurements to get 1 3/4 inch. Then divide that in half and we get 7/8. 7/8 in this example is the amount of overhang each door will have in the center here. Here's another view of it. Let's call this D. The rest is simple addition. Add A to the center overlay measurement we just came up with, D. Lastly, add 1/2 inch for the predetermined hinge overlay we talked about, unless of course you have some special hinges. In that case, add that overlay amount instead of the 1/2 inch. The sum of those measurements will get you the perfect width for your cabinet doors and drawers. Lastly, do you have a European style cabinet without a center style? I've noticed more of this style recently, especially in places like a laundry room. This one's easy too. Start by measuring from the inside of one of the styles to the center, just like this, and call this measurement A. Then write down your desired gap here. Again, around a 1/4 inch is probably good. Label this measurement as B. Then take B and cut that in half, and we'll just call that C. Now for simple maths.
2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick maths.
A minus C, then add 1/2 inch for the hinge overlay. And that, my friends, is how it's done. You should have all the measurements you need to get to work on your dream drawers and doors. Let me know in the comments if you need more info or if this was super helpful to you.
Hey, there you go. Like I was saying, really easy stuff. Just trying to figure out where you need to take the measurements and how to apply them to your build. That was the tough part. I wish I would have figured this out prior to doing my own cabinet doors and drawers. I actually did it the hard way, which sucks. But as I was going through editing that video, I thought to myself, there's gotta be an easier way to do this. I spent a few days figuring it out. If this did help you, consider supporting me somehow. If you want to contribute to the channel in a free way, you can subscribe, that helps. Hit the bell notification icon if you want to get notified in the future when I drop new videos. Other free ways to contribute are by liking this video, sharing, commenting down below. Give me some feedback. Did this help you out some way? Is there a better way to do it? If you know a better way, please link that below as well. I'll pin that to the top comments, and then everyone who sees this video will find a better way to do it. I wasn't able to find this on the internet, so that's why I'm putting this video out there. If you'd like to contribute beyond that, I have a Wood Nerd shop where I make some cool t-shirt designs. It would be so sick to see someone wearing my Wood Nerd shirt and pass them somewhere. I think that they're cool designs, at least really cool for like project shirts, things that you're probably gonna get dirty anyways. I try and keep them pretty cheap. Other ways to support is a program that I call Buy Me a Beer. Buy Me a Beer is basically if you're the type of guy that you have a buddy come over, he helps you out some way. You say, hey man, thanks for the help. Let me buy you a drink. If I helped you some way and you want to show your appreciation that way, hey, I'm a thirsty guy, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I've got my Patreon. All my supporters, whether you buy me a beer or you join on the Patreon, at the end of every video, I'm gonna be giving you a toast by name just to show my appreciation for you guys. Seriously, it's incredible that you want to support my dream, and in turn, hopefully I'm providing you some sort of content and some value that way. I really appreciate it, and it's fun hanging out and building with you guys. Before I wrap this up, just want to get to the cheers portion of this video. I want to thank my Patreons and my Buy Me a Beer supporters. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for the support over the last few months. Let's raise a glass together. All right, like I was saying, this is the part of the video where I toast to you guys a cheers and a thank you, a show of appreciation for those of you that support the Wood Nerds channel and my dream here. If I say your name wrong, super sorry. I'm not perfect at this, but thanks to some of my Patreons, Austin, Armando, Justin, Miguel, Nicholas, Ventislav, I believe, Tyler, Tim, and Adam. Thank you guys so much. Cash App drink buyers, thank you for buying me a drink. Justin, Renee, Merrick, and Jeffrey, thank you guys. And then also my Venmo supporters who bought me a drink. Mary, Roman, David, Owen, Minaj, Tom, and Jed. I also had a contributor, Jordan McBride. He owns the company Tool Hangers. That's what I have up here. I'm gonna do a video actually on my partnership with DeWalt, and in that video I'm gonna showcase some of his stuff. A local maker just like you or I, with a small business, something I wanted to support. Sorry man, it's been a little while. I haven't got to that, but I will, I promise. But thank you guys so much. Cheers, here's to you, a little tequila. Ooh. Ooh, that tastes good today. All right, one more. One more because I owe you, and also because it's tasting good. Cheers, you guys. Oh. The second one was a little bit much. Okay. Thank you all for hanging out and building with me today. Again, it's been awesome, and I really appreciate all the support. See you next time.